Hello, I am 3. This is Mr. Crockett. Today we're going to go over notes for 13.4, solving logarithmic equations. The main thing that we're going to be talking about today is solving logarithmic equations that have logarithm properties involved. So the first thing that we're going to do is go over some of those properties that we learned earlier. I'm going to do a couple problems, and then the video will be over. You guys will do a couple problems, and then you'll watch another video. I'll do a couple, then you guys do a couple, kind of back and forth. So we'll start off by doing number 1. If I want to expand this logarithm, the first thing that I'm going to need to do is convert this radical into exponential form. So I'll change that to log of x to the power of 1/2. Once that's converted into exponential form, it's easy to see that you need to use the power rule and bring that 1/2 out to the front. All right, so there's our first problem for number 1. Notice that in number 2, you have both the power rule for everything inside the argument and the power rule for that y, as well as a quotient rule. So you want to take those into account when you're completing number 2. All right, let's do number 3 together, and then I'll let you guys go do number 2 and number 4. You're going to condense each expression into a single logarithm. I know a lot of people were condensing them. Today we want to make sure that we get them all into a single logarithm, all the way condensed down as much as possible. First thing I do when I look at number 3 is I'm looking at the symbols. I see a lot of plus signs, and the plus signs make me think that we have to use the product rule, and we do. So product rule is the first one that I notice. The second thing that I notice is this multiplier, 2 times log base 7 of w. That one, to take care of that that multiplier of 2, I'm going to use the power rule and bring that power up to the top of the w. So I'll end up with log base 7 of u plus log base 7 of v plus log base 7 of x plus log base 7 of w raised to the power of 2 after we move that multiplier up to the exponent. All right, and what's left to do now is take care of the product rule with all these additions. That tells me that I'm going to multiply all of the arguments by each other. So u is our first argument times v is our second argument times x is our third argument times w squared is our last argument. And now we have our expression written as a single logarithm. All right, take a few minutes, do numbers 2 and number 4 with your group, and then we'll come back and we'll do some of these solving equations.